So here is what we left off in the last episode. We can shoot, the animations are working, and we can reload, walk, and so on and so on. In this episode, what we're going to do is add the reload, the magazine, the ammo, and so on. So this is the script that we have so far. The first thing we're going to do is add some new values. The first value to add is obviously going to be a public integer, and we're going to call it magazine. Next value we're going to define is ammo, and that's it for now. We're going to default these to 30 magazine, and the full ammo is going to be undefined. The way we're going to define the ammo is by using clips or magazines, the amount of magazines. So what we're going to do here is say mags, and we're going to say it has 3 spare mags. Into the start method, what we're going to do, initiate this ammo variable. So what we're going to do is say ammo is equal to magazine times the amount of mags. So this is going to give us 30 times 3, which is a total of 90 bullets of spare, obviously. And we have the actual magazine, which is 30, which makes us a total of 120 bullets. Okay, now what we're going to need is some private variables. The first one is going to be obviously a integer, and what we're going to do is copy these and paste them down here. Now obviously these are duplicates, so what we're going to do is add a temp. We're going to copy temp, we're going to delete the mag, and we're going to delete the amount of magazines. So the reason why we need this is when we reload, we want a reference to the amount of bullets a single magazine can hold. So this is to help us define that. So in the start, this should not be defined, because different weapons have a different amount of bullets. So what we're going to do is magazine temp is equal to the actual magazine, temporary value of the maximum amount of bullets a magazine can hold. Okay, what we're going to do next is delete this method, delete it completely. And what we're going to do is, instead of saying this as a method, we're going to delete that. We're going to delete that in here as well. And what we're going to do is copy this and make a private boolean of that. We're going to default that to false. And now we have reloading as a boolean. Obviously this is never initiated. So what we're going to do now is, okay, I forgot a bracket in here. What we're going to do now is make this if statement into a drop down list. So just add a enter in here and here, and now we have a kind of a drop down if statement. We're going to do the same in here. Okay, once you've got your if statement laid out perfectly the way you want it, the next thing you want to do is decrease the amount of magazine whenever we shoot. So that's as easy as going into the fire block of code and saying magazine minus minus. Now obviously this is going to go into minus 1, 2, 3 or minus infinite. So to stop that, into the if statement where we fire the weapon, we're going to add another if statement. And in here we're going to ask if the magazine is not empty. The way you say that is magazine is bigger than 0. So if we have more than 0 bullets, we can actually fire. Let's save that. And now we have some more slots. So in here, the ammo should be defaulted to 0, or maybe you want to add some number in here that will become 120, or whatever the amount may be. So I'm going to say 3 spare mags, and I'm going to hit play. Okay, now I have 90 spare bullets and 29 bullets into the magazine. So now whenever I shoot, they go down, obviously, and if we reach into 0, we can never shoot. we can reload, but the reload is not working yet. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's fix the reloading. Okay, now that we have a boolean defined as is reloading, let's actually use it. So whenever we press the key code into our keyboard R and we're not currently reloading, we want to trigger the animations. So in here we say animations are equal to 1 and we want this boolean to be equal to true. And whenever we are done with the reloading, we want the animations to be false and we want the is reloading to be false as well. Okay, now whenever we finish the reloading, we want the ammo, which should be 90. We want the ammo to decrease judging by the amount of the magazine. So for now, we're gonna say is ammo minus equal 30 plus the amount of ammo that is currently into the magazine. Now we have this decrease and the actual magazine has to become 30. So magazine is equal to 30. Let's save that. Okay, so what you can see is the ammo continuously going into the negative values. And that's because we are not asking if we're reloading into the if statement. So what we're going to do now is say if we're reloading, so is reloading, and the reload time is less than that. So if we want to actually start reloading, we want to check if we have more than 1 bullets into the ammo. So we want to add another end in here and say if ammo is greater than 0. Now let's hit save and let's hit play. Okay, now if we shoot, it's obviously going to decrease the magazine, and if it gets to 0, we can no longer shoot. Now if we hit the reload, the ammo becomes 60 and the magazine becomes 30. But now we have one more problem. If we spend all of our ammo into the spare magazine ammo, and if we hit the reload, actually I should demonstrate it differently. Okay, as you can see now, the ammo is at -22. Obviously we can no longer reload, but the ammo is in a negative value. So obviously we're going to need to fix that error. And the way we do that is by adding a if statement in here, where we reload. In here we want to ask if the ammo is a negative value. So if the ammo is less than 0. This is going to tell us that the ammo is into the negative. So what we're going to do is say magazine plus equal to ammo, and the ammo is equal to 0. So basically what we're saying in here is that if the ammo is currently into the negative, say -20, what we want to do is take that -20 and decrease it from the actual magazine. So now if we hit save and hit play, actually let's make it 1 spare mag. Okay, so now if we spend some bullets and if we hit the reload, we have 0 bullets. And we can obviously not reload anymore. Now, the one issue that I've done in here is default the magazines into 30. The whole reason for adding the magazine temporary value is to set these magazines into their default state. So just delete the 30 and add this. And to make sure that this block of code works is you have to say ammo is equal to ammo minus 30. So now if we hit save, now everything should work fine. Okay, now we have 30 bullets into the magazine and 10 ammo. If we spend into 8 and hit reload, now we should have 18 and the ammo is equal to 0, obviously. And if we spend all of that, we can not reload or shoot. Okay, so this is the tutorial for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you next time.